Scratch 2, and I'm going to click on Create right here. Alright friends, so go ahead and create a project as well. Jacob, I think you are there. That's awesome, Jacob. So, what we're going to do today is cloning. And I want to do a bit of an exercise with this first. So let's go ahead and pick a sprite. So right here is the choose a new sprite button down here. And you know what friends, I'm going to zoom in a little bit here so I can see that a little bit better. Down here is where we have choose a sprite button. So I'm going to click on that to make one sprite that I really like. And can you guess what that sprite is? My favorite sprite of all time on Scratch. Can you guess what that is? Nope, it's not Cheesy Puffs. Nope. And it's not the crab, although I like the crab too. Nope, it's not any of the dinosaurs, even the dancing dinosaur with the sunglasses. That's still not my favorite. It's close, but it's not my favorite. There's also a donut in here. That's kind of my favorite, but not as much as my totally number one favorite. My favorite is, let's see, it was somewhere in here. Oh yeah, there it is. The flying hippo. I don't know why I love this sprite so much. It's a really heavy animal that can fly. And it's got these really like bug-like wings. So that's gonna be my sprite, guys. If you want to choose your sprite, you can totally do that. Whatever sprite you want, you can totally pick that. And I'm gonna delete the cat by clicking on it and then clicking on this little trash can icon right here. And then it's bye bye cat. Bang. Bye bye cat. Alright. Once we do this, friends, we can go ahead and get started. So what I want to do here is when I click on this hippo, I want to make some clones. So what are clones? Clones are basically, in real life, right? Clones are kind of like a copy of something. And we have the original somewhere, and we can create many, many, many clones of it. And those clones can do many, many different things. And this is really, really useful for game design. And it can make your games difficult and easy really fast. If you want to make a game harder, you can easily make more clones. For example, more enemies. If you want to make a game easier, you can have more projectiles, or you can have less enemies. So let's get into it. The first block that I'm going to use is inside events, and it's called when this sprite is clicked. When this sprite is clicked. When this sprite is clicked, I'm going to go to control next, and inside control we have our clone blocks. Let me zoom in there, guys. Yes, inside control you'll find all the blocks for cloning. Here is when I start as a clone. I'll put that in here. Here is create a clone of myself. I'll put that under here. So when this sprite is clicked, we will create a clone. Now, I don't know what's going to happen when I start as a clone, but eventually we will delete that clone. So I'm just putting these blocks in, guys, these 3 clone blocks into my program area, and I'm going to use them really, really soon. But first, let's see this. When this sprite is clicked, create a clone of myself. Alright, let's try it. I'm going to click on the hippo and it should create many, many, many clones. So I'm clicking on it. I'm clicking on it. I'm clicking on it, but I don't see the clones, right? That's because the clones are on top of each other. So if I move them, there's one clone, there's another clone, there's another clone, boom, boom. Wow, I created a lot of clones. And when I click on the green flag, all these clones will go away. I click on the green flag and they all go away. So try this out, friends. Add this code. When this sprite is clicked, create a clone of myself. And click on your sprite. Click on it many, 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 many times. And then you can move it around. And you can see that there are a bunch of clones in here. I only have one sprite, the hippo one, but on the screen there are many clones of the hippo one. When you click on the green flag, they all go away. Again, friends, I want to, just to show you all over again, go ahead and grab when this sprite is clicked from events, when this sprite is clicked, and then go to control and add this create clone of myself block. This block called create clone of myself. Later on, we're going to decide what will happen when I start as a clone, and what will happen and when I will delete that clone. The thing is, if you create too many clones on Scratch might crash. So if you don't want your game to crash, you should use these delete this clone blocks as much as possible. Nice, Jacob. I see that you did it. Yeah. Awesome. Okay, Jacob. Let's see here. You click on, can you tell us, Jacob, in the chat, what sprite did you pick? So friends, now I can do something like this. When I start as a clone, let's make this hippo do something. Let's see. Actually guys, I'm not going to use this block right now. Let's try to make the computer crash. So I found when I start as a clone, inside control, towards the very bottom, is a block called when I start as a clone. It's right here. And when I start as a clone, just for fun, let's make it do something forever. You might remember Pong, friends. If you remember Pong, we can make something bounce around forever. So I think that's what I'm going to try to do here. When I start as a clone, forever, move. Move 10 steps. I'm just going to grab that and put it right here. Oh yeah, there's a dot in there. If you go to the Sprite library, friends, at the animals category, maybe? Here's where all the animals are, right? And in here is a little space dog. Yes, there is a space dog in here, and his name is Dot, or her name. Nice one. I also like the dinosaur, because it dances. Alright, okay, alright. So if you have this code, when you click on the hippo, you'll see the clone going all the way to the edge. And you can really smash this, you know, keep on clicking, keep on clicking, keep on clicking, keep on clicking. And then eventually, Scratch might crash you guys. So that I have so many clones in here, and I'm not deleting them, so eventually Scratch might crash. And let's add some more code in here so that we can really crash Scratch. Are you all ready to crash Scratch? We're gonna try, okay? They've improved Scratch so we can't crash it, but we're gonna try. Alright, so also in Motion, friends, there is a block as you go down, there's a block called if on edge bounce. Yeah. And also there is a block called turn. I'm gonna put all those in there, and I'm gonna say turn maybe 2 degrees. Let's make that number small. So I found the turn inside Motion, turn 15 degrees, but I said 2 degrees. And towards the bottom of Motion, there's a block called if on edge bounce. That way we can bounce. Now click on a green flag and then click on your character, your dot, your whatever character you pick, whatever sprite you pick. So I click on the little hippo, and now I get a bunch of hippos bouncing all around. And let's see if we can cover the whole screen with clones. And you know what? I can move this guy in here and do some more clones in here. I can move this guy there and do some clones in here. Wow. I have not been able to crash Scratch yet. Usually it says something like page not responsive. Yeah. I don't know. Have you guys been able to crash Scratch? OMG, says Jacob. Yes. We have so many clones here. It's Clone Wars, man. What are you talking about? It's Clone Wars in here. Oh wow, I still couldn't crash it. Oh well. Alright, and when you click on stop, everything stops, and then you can start all over again. You can click on the hippo and make more clones all over the place. Yes. Yes. Okay guys, let's see here. Next up, what I'm going to do is to start a game. So in this game, we are a hungry animal and we need to catch stuff from the air. And what we can do here is we can just make one thing to catch, and then we can make many clones of it, as many clones as we want, and catch all of them. So that can be kind of like a fun game to start with. So we're gonna make some changes in our code right now, friends. Alright, are you ready for some changes? Okay, this is gonna require some surgery. So please look over at my screen in 3. Finish what you're doing. And look at my screen in 2. Jacob says I did not scratch. Oh well. Look at my screen in 1. And 0. Friends, look over here. Let me stop this. I'm gonna take this code and put it to the side. Let's delete this code actually, yeah. And this code. And this code. And yes, this code. Alright. So we picked a character to catch something. So in this next part, let's do this. I'm gonna choose a new sprite. My hippo really likes apples. It's a hungry hippo. And it's hungry for apples. I'm gonna put a simple code for the hippo, friends. And that is this. When green flag is clicked forever, and then I go to motion, and let's do this, point towards mouse pointer. This is an easy way to get our character moving. Right now I'm not cloning, but we just did a quick exercise about cloning. Right now what we're going to do is we're going to see how we can use cloning to actually make a game. Let's see here. So when you click on the green flag right now, you'll see that the hippo is pointing towards my mouse pointer. Wherever I point my mouse, that's where the hippo looks at, which is kind of cool, but it's not moving. So next up, let's add a move in here. Yay! So I can actually control this hippo, and I can control where it goes. That's the code that I have for the hippo. And that's all that I'll have for the hippo. You know what? I'll also make a backdrop though. So friends, in case you didn't know, if you want to make a backdrop, you can click on this tiny button right here. Choose the backdrop button with some mountains. And click on that. And I want my hippo to be in this background. I want this background for myself. But you can pick whatever background you want. Alright. So let me know when you have this code for your character. Next, we'll code the apple. So whatever your character will eat, we'll code that part next. But I want to make sure everyone has this code for the hippo so that we can at least have a character that we can control with our mouse. This is a fun game. Yay! Alright, now I'm clicking on the apple and let's start coding the apple. Cool. Here's what we're going to do. The original apple will be hidden at all times. Yes. So, when green flag is clicked, I go to looks and hide. This is a very common way of using clones. We never show the original apple. All we do is create clones of it. And in here, I go to control and there's a block called repeat 10. It will repeat something 10 times. Okay. Inside the repeat, I can put the clone block, the create clone of myself. Right, so when I click on the green flag, yes, I have this guy, and I have a hidden apple, and all of its clones are hidden. We don't see this apple at all. But don't worry, the apple is there, it's just hidden. And we hide it so that we can show the clones instead. Alright, when I start as a clone though, let's get that show block. So when the clones show up, when the clones happen, they will show. And also, they will go to a random position. So when green flag is clicked, hide, create 10 clones of this apple, and when each clone starts, show them and make them go to a random position. Now I click on the green flag and I get 10 apples all of a sudden. I click on the green flag and I get 10 apples in random places. So each time I click on a green flag, we'll get 10 apples in random places on the screen. Now we can change this number to be 5. I click on the green flag, now I have 5 apples on the screen. Or if you just want 2 apples, you can just get 2. Right? Alright guys, let me know when you have this code, and then next we'll code these so that the hippo can eat them. And you know what, we'll make like a sound, like a chomp sound. And guys, I think I'm going to call this project Hungry Hippos. Hungry Hippo, because there's only one. Alright. Nice. Alright. I'm going to put this to the side. And let's put this to the top. And put this to the bottom. Okay. So guys, I'm going to add more code under when I start as a clone. Okay. When I start as a clone, show. And then go to a random position. Good. Then, let's do a forever if. Forever, and then if. This code will run for each of the clones. So forever if, then I go to sensing, and let's grab that touching block. Guys, I'm gonna have to move this down a lot. Move this over here. Okay. Just FYI, there's the code over here. But I'm gonna put it all the way down here so I can focus on this piece of code. Alright. Forever if, friends, remember, is from control. I'm sure there's a reason why forever and if are right next to each other, because they go together really well. I'm always checking. So forever if means always check if the apple touches the hippo. So I can click on that little triangle next to mouse pointer and change it to hippo. Right? This touching hippo block is inside sensing. It's called touching mouse pointer, but we change it ourselves to touching hippo. And now we can put this inside the diamond area right here. And notice guys, the right side of the block does not go in. No. The left side of the block does go in though. Yes. Nice. Okay, if touching hippo, then I'm going to go to motion. And let's use this block again. Go to random position. Really nice. Can I zoom out a little bit so I can show you both of the codes? Yes, right here. This is all that I have so far. I click on the green flag. And now I can actually catch these apples. Bam, bam, bam. All that happens is when the hippo touches the apples, they just go to another random place on the screen. Which is really fun. I mean, it's already fun. And guess what? The cool thing about this is you don't have to have 2 apples. You can have 20 apples. So just say repeat 20. Then I click on the green flag, and whoa, I have 20 apples now. buffering. Jacob says, cool. Oh my god, it's so cool. What? Yeah, right, it's really cool. And what I want to really do is go crazy here. Can I repeat this like 200 times? 200 apples? Yes, very nice. They basically covered the whole screen, you guys. It's just apples all over the screen. And the thing is, then this becomes a really easy game, right? There are so many apples that to catch them is not a problem. You just have to exist. You just have to move to catch apples. So I suggest you keep it at repeat 10. That way you just have 10 apples. And the game is medium that way, I think. It can be harder. Also, Jacob says, it's beautiful! It's beautiful! Right? Nice. I'm glad you liked it, Jacob. Okay. Next up, let's add a score to this. So you might have done this before in class. Jacob, are you sure? Oh man. Okay, Jacob says repeat 600 times. Let's see if we can crash the computer this time. Oh wow. It's getting glitchy already. Oh. Yeah, guys. Jacob, I think it's messing my live stream even. It's just so many apples that it's crashing my computer. So I'm gonna keep it at 10. Click on green flag. I got 10 apples around here. Bam, bam, bam. Really nice. Alright guys, next up, let's go to variables. Next up, we have a lot to do right now. So everyone, please, let's go to variables. On the left side, you'll see variables category. It's kind of like a darker orange than control. And inside variables, click on make a variable. Oh, did you see it crash on my computer? Yeah. It was getting kind of dangerous. Okay, so go to variables, friends, and click on make a variable. And let's call this variable, I usually call it score. I'm just going to call this one apples. Yes, this variable will keep track of how many apples we catch. And then click on OK. Alright, we're going to use 2 blocks from here. The first one is set apples to 0. Let's grab this block and put it under when green flag clicked. So when the green flag is clicked, set apples to 0. And friends, I got that from variables category. I have to make a variable. So click on make a variable and call it apple or whatever you want to call it. And when you do that, you'll have an apple variable. And this is going to keep track of how many apples we catch. When we start the game, when I click on the green flag, we will have 0 apples. Like, you know, in a game, when you start the game, you have 0 points. In this game too, we will have 0 apples. Alright, but if the apple touches Hippo, then let's change apples by 1. So here's a block called change apples by 1. I'm going to put it inside the if. So notice guys, I have two blocks from variables. One is called change apples by one. It's inside if touching Hippo 1. And the other one is set apples to 0. Alright. After you do this, can you try? Click on stop sign, click on a green flag, and catch some apples. Do you see that number going up? I might have to make my screen. I'll have to make my screen a little bit bigger, I think. Let me do that. There we go. So each time I catch an apple, the apple's number goes up. When I click on a green flag, I start at 0 apples, and when I catch the apples, I get more. So, if you want to score more apples, yes, repeat, instead of 10 times, repeat 500 times. Okay, not that much. 100 times. Let's try that. I click on a green flag. Now I have 100 apples, so I can just kind of just walk around, fly around, and look at those, look at that variable go up. The count of apples is going up, 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 up. I have about 500 apples now. Yeah, it's weird. But let's make the game a little bit more difficult. Let's make that 10, so that we only have 10 apples. Actually, let me make it 5. Huh? Okay. Very nice. Alright, let's see now. We have a hippo flying around, and we have these apple clones. They're all over the screen. And when we catch them, we can at least count how many we caught, so that we have a score. But in games, we need a challenge. Yes, games cannot be too easy. You can't just get apples all the time and win all the time. There needs to be some kind of a challenge, and that challenge can be, for example, a time limit, or that challenge can be an enemy trying to get towards you. So, oh wow, Jacob says maybe 800. Alright, let's try it, Jacob. I'll repeat 800 times. I don't think it's going to be that different from 100, but yes, here it is. And let me know if it's crashing my computer. For me, it looks okay. It's a little bit glitchy right now. Whoa! Whoa! Crazy. Oh wow. Yes! We did it! Did we do it? Jacob, we did it! We crashed the Scratch program. It's not moving anywhere. I can't stop the program. I can't do anything. Nice. Oh, never mind. It's back. It's back. Whew. That was close. Scratch was about to crash just now. But it didn't crash. Cool. Okay, okay. So, next up, let's make an enemy for this hippo. And so that my program doesn't crash, I'm going to say repeat 5 times. Repeat 5 in here. Yes. Alright, so I'm going to make a new sprite, friends. This one, new sprite. This one is going to be the enemy. So I got to think about this a little bit. What would be the enemy of a hippo? I almost did, Jacob, but it got back. So I think I was okay. But what would be the natural enemy of a hippo? Let's see. Oh, yes. Ghost. I really like this ghost because it has a costume with its arms behind its body. Oh, Jaden, okay. Sorry, Jacob, I've been calling you Jaden all this time. Alright, so this ghost is gonna follow the hippo. So remember friends, we did something like this for the hippo. Forever point towards mouse pointer and move 10 steps. For the ghost, we're gonna do something similar. First, the usual, when green flag is clicked, forever yo. When green flag is clicked, forever. So friends, right now I am coding the enemy of the hippo. Right now we have a hippo that moves around like this. And we have an apple. Yeah, the apples are clones. In the beginning, when green flag is clicked, we have a variable for apples that sets to 0. And the apples hide. And we repeat 5 times. Create a clone of myself, apples. So there will be 5 clones on the screen somewhere. When these clones start, they will show, they will go to a random position, and forever if, it will check all the time if it's touching the hippo, change apples by 1, and also go to random position. Oh, hi Calvin. Hey, hey. Bam, bam. Alright, let's see here. Next up, I'm going to the ghost. And inside the ghost, this is the code that I have. When green flag is clicked, forever. Now, I can go to motion. And you remember that block that was point towards mouse pointer? Yeah, point towards mouse pointer. I can click on the little triangle here and change it to hippo. So that it points towards the hippo at all times. No matter where the hippo goes, the ghost will point towards the hippo. And it will move towards the hippo very slowly. Let's make it move 2 steps. Awesome. Also friends, I'm going to move the ghost to the bottom corner right here. This is a really cool trick, everyone. If you want to check this out, move the ghost to one corner and add a go-to. First, you got to move the ghost to, though, because when you move the ghost, these numbers for X and Y, they change. They change to the position of the ghost. So first, move the ghost to where you want to start, either this corner or that corner, some corner, and then add a go-to under the green flag. Oh, there we go. Then now there's Jaden in here. Wow, it's cool. Alright, so now I have a ghost that's trying to get at me, it's following me. I can just kind of hang around here, and then I can move there. Nice. Wow, this game is so addicting. Alright. Okay. How are we all doing so far? And friends, we do have about 20 minutes left. I want to ask you all, would you like to do a Kahoot? Would you like to do a Kahoot? So at the end of the class, maybe at the last 10 minutes or something like that, we can do a Kahoot about internet or technology to have some fun at the end of class, because we are going super fast. Jacob says, okay, Kahoot. Okay. Alright. Now, let's add some more code to the ghost. I'm going to go to control and put an if under here. So I'm using the same forever to both move the ghost and also to check if it touches the hippo. Yes. Oh, yes. If touching hippo. So I'll go to sensing and grab this touching block. Instead of touching mouse pointer, I'm going to say if touching hippo 1. If touching hippo 1, then guess what? Stop all. That means game over, right? So we start right here. We have a ghost coming at me. Oh no, this ghost is coming at me. No! And boom, game over. The game completely stops. If the ghost catches the hippo, the game completely stops. Cool. But friends, I'm going to add a lot more code in here. So what I want to do is I want to make the game more and more difficult as we go forward. Here's what I'll do. We have this code right here. To the side of it, I'm going to add a different code. This is so that we can make it more difficult as we go on. Now, let's do that usual when green flag is clicked forever. And let's do this. If score, yes, okay, all right, okay. I'm going to go to operators and use that equal sign. Yeah, let's do that. If apples, I go to variables and grab the apples variable and put it in here. If apples equals, let's say, 100. Once you get 100 apples, then create a clone of this ghost. Alright. If we reach 100 apples, then we will see another ghost. And when I start as a clone, this is where copy and paste becomes useful, friends. I'm going to right click on the forever and duplicate and put it under here. So when that clone begins, it will do the same thing as the original. In this one, we're not hiding the original ghost. We are keeping the original ghost, but if we get 100 apples, then we get another clone. We can actually add more to this, right? If you get 200 apples, then create another clone. And when I start as a clone, do the same thing as the original. So let's see how I can do this. I'm going to put this here, put this there. But as you can see, I quickly made a lot of code in here. And that's with the magic of copy and paste. That's with the magic of duplication. Right? Alright, so I want to test this game out, friends. So I'm going to make a big screen just to test this out. I click on the green flag. Alright, I'm catching a bunch of... Oh, I lost already. Let me make this a little bit easier, friends. I'm going to say if apples equals 5 and if apples equals 10. Okay, let's do this one more time. Okay, I'm going around. Once I get 5 apples, I'll have another. Oh, but both of the ghosts are in the same place. I see. Okay, so we'll need that a random position block in here too. Let's say go to random position right here. Bam. And let's try that again. Okay, let me get 5 apples. Oh, let's try that one more time. Oh, I see. Oh. Yes, creates clone of myself many times so. Let's do it this way, you guys. Instead of creating a clone of myself in here, let's do this. I'm gonna go to events and broadcast message 1. So let's call this level up. And then broadcast that same message here. When I receive level up, create a clone of myself. Alright, I click on the green flag, and I have 2 ghosts in here already. Okay, that's weird. I'm gonna make them come over here, so I can go all the way up there. Let's see if I can, oh. Let's try it one more time. Ooh. It's a hard game. Go up here. Oh, wow. That is a really, really difficult game, friends. But it kind of works. Okay, let's see if we have enough time. Alright, everyone. Are you ready for a Kahoot? Question mark. Alright, I'll go to Kahoot.com as well and find, let's click on log in. Log in. And I have a Kahoot for you all that is about the internet. So friends, if you are part of our classes, CodeSpeak Labs classes, then you might have seen this Kahoot before, which means that you'll do better than those who have not seen this Kahoot before. I'm sorry if that's the case, but we do have a lot of classes and we use these Kahoots during those classes, and you might have seen this Kahoot before. And this one is about the internet. So I'm going to click on play right here and do this one. Yes. Nice. All right. And we have about 12 minutes, I think. Remember, friends, on the live stream on YouTube, you'll see the question, and on your computer, on the internet, you can answer those questions. And you'll have to go to Kahoot.it. I'll let me do this. http www.kahoot.it. You'll have to go to Kahoot.it. Nice.
Yeah.
And once you go to Kahoot.it, enter the pin number 8935539. Alright, let's see who's going to join. Let's see. Friends, this Kahoot is optional, but it is your chance to prove how smart you are and how much you know about the internet. And if you've been in our classes for a long time, you probably know a bit about the internet. Probably. Again, friends, you're going to go to www.kahoot.it, and the pin number is 8935539. Let's see if this works. This is the first time I'm doing Kahoot on a live stream. I understand that it might not be easy to do since there is a lag. Oh. friends, I don't think it's going to be possible for us to do a Kahoot here because there's a lag in the live chat, in the live stream. I see. And it's like, so sorry, friend. So sorry, I don't think this is going to work out because you'll see the question a minute after you can answer. So there's a minute time difference between what you see and what actually happens on Kahoot. So I don't think I can do that today, but I do want to fix. How do I get in? Juan, I don't think it's gonna work out. I really don't think it's gonna work out because there's a time difference between the video. So I'm gonna think about it a little bit more and see what kind of games we can play on live stream. But yeah, I don't think it's gonna work out today. Friends, what I want to do right here though is to fix this thing we got right here because it didn't really work out that well. What I'm gonna do though is this what we did last time. I'm gonna keep all of this in here. Just when green flag is clicked, hide, and then repeat. And then create a clone of myself, right? Repeat 2 times. Create a clone of myself. And then we can just say when I start as a clone. When I start as a clone, yeah, you still have to say go to random position. Yeah, I'm going to keep the ghost at this. But friends, what I'll do in the last 10 minutes, sorry y'all, the Kahoot will not work. I don't think it's going to work on the live stream. What we can do though, is I can code the Hippo to be able to throw things. Oh no, I forgot to show the clones. Let me go to looks and add a show in here. And put down green flag, boom. Oh, that was hard. Ooh. Alright. Catching a lot of apples here. Really nice. Okay guys. What I want to do though is I'm going to make the Hippo throw some donuts onto the ghost. So that we can at least have like some power against the ghost, right? So let me code that part. We have a donut, great, and this is gonna be the donut code. When green flag is clicked, again, hide. But when I press the space key, create a clone of myself. Control. Create a clone of myself. So we did this during the gravity live stream, I think. But it's really useful. It's a great way of using clones. And then when I start as a clone, show. So this is what I have. When green flag is clicked, hide. When space key is pressed, create clone. When I start as a clone, show. And go to, not random position this time, go to Hippo. Alright. And then repeat until repeat until touching edge. Nice. Repeat until touching edge, move. And also friends, I'm going to use this point in direction block. And inside the 90, I'm going to put this block in here. Again, we covered this during the gravity live stream. I'm going to make the donut face in the same direction as the Hippo. Great. So now, I can throw. Nice. Now, under here, if it touches the edge, it's going to move until it's touching edge. Once it touches the edge, then delete this clone. Bye-bye, clone. Nice. Next up, also, when I start as a clone, we can do a forever if. Forever if touching forever if touching ghost, then delete this clone. Boom. Wow, that's a lot of code already. Look at all that. Alright, I click on green flag. And I touch it. Oh, nice. It works. Okay, and the ghost, if I'm gonna put this in. Let's put it in here. For the ghost, if touching, let's say, if touching the donut, then go to random position. And you know what, friends? I'm gonna make the hippo a lot smaller so that this game can be a little bit easier. Okay, now let's try this out. I am a donut, and I am a hippo, I mean, and I throw donuts at the ghosts. Whoa. Oh, it's not working though. Let me see. If touching donut, then go to a random position. We got some ghosts in here. Whoa, craziness. Whew. Wow, craziness. Alright friends, that is the game that I have for today. Yes, it's not perfect, but I'm still proud of it because it's got a lot of clones in it. And clones can be really, really crazy. And it can get very, very confusing. But I thought this actually shows a great way of using clones in 3 cases. One, we have an apple that we can catch. And we can always say, repeat 5 times, repeat 10 times to create clones of this apple. So friends, this is the code for the apple. Let me zoom, zoom, zoom. So if you're watching this video after the live stream, you can pause and take a look at this code for the apple. And this is the code for the ghost. If touching the donut, it will go to a random position. If touching the hippo, the game is over. And here we have that donut code, which is a projectile, which is another way of using a clone block. When I press the space key, I throw some donuts. The donuts are not fast enough. Let's make these donuts really fast. And I'm going to make the donut small too. Whew. I'm going around, I'm going around. I can't get rid of the ghost for some reason. I'm throwing donuts, but I can't throw it at the ghosts. I think I'll need to see how that works later. Okay, everyone, that is it for today. After you're done with your project, click on share, put in some instructions in there, press space key to throw donuts. Avoid the ghost. Obviously. And eat the apples. Also obviously. You gotta eat the apples. And then once you share, friends, the Scratch community, they can come here and they can comment on your projects and they can like and star. And friends, I'm also gonna put this link into the description of this video so that after the live stream you can take a look at this video again and try to do the clones on your own. Alright, yes, thank you Juan, thank you Jaden, thank you Calvin, thank you to all of those who were in this live stream. And friends, next week what we're going to do is we're going to make it rain. You know that song that goes, "It's raining tacos"? Yes, we're going to make it rain tacos, and we're going to use the same clone things to define how many times they can rain tacos. And that's a really fun one because then you can catch the tacos from the sky, or you can also do another surprising thing with that. Okay everyone, I'll see you next week. Remember, my name is Mr. Jengis. I'm here with CodeSpeak Labs, and if you want to sign up for online classes, you can go to www.codespeaklabs.com/register right here. You can go to codespeaklabs.com/register to register for online classes, and don't forget to like and subscribe, y'all. And I'll see you next week. Bye, everyone. Bye-bye. See you later. Bye.